The valedictorians are those graduating students with the highest cumulative grade point averages in their divisions. This year's valedictorians are Paul Lipsky for the full-time division, and Keri Mahoney for the part-time division. The salutatorians are the two graduating students with the second highest cumulative grade point averages in their divisions. This year's salutatorians are Francesca Marie Brancato for the full-time division and Jacqueline K. Iaquinta for the part-time division. Would all four of you please join me on stage? Paul, Keri, Francesca, and Jacqueline, would you please all come up? The valedictorians will now share some brief remarks. First, Paul Lipsky. Mr. Lipsky was a finalist in the 2012 John Bainbridge Moot Court Competition and served as the competition editor of the Moot Court Honors Board of Advocates for the 2013-2014 academic year, where, among other things, he was primarily responsible for preparing the problem for our inaugural National Moot Court Competition in Religion and the Law last month. Mr. Lipsky?
Thank you, Dean Salkin. Before I start, I have to do something very important. Just want to take a selfie. All right. Class of 2014, congratulations, we did it. Yeah, woo! So about a week ago, I typed into YouTube graduation speeches, and I watched a bunch of them. And I discovered that there's two types of speeches. The first are those that seek to inspire us, but instead put us to sleep. And the second are those that have no real substance, but are memorable, usually because somebody throws up. Now, I don't think I'm going to throw up, so unfortunately, mine's probably going to be the former of the two. Exactly 3 weeks ago today, my family had a wake for my grandfather, as we called him Lippy. Now, don't ask why a Jewish man was given a wake. We were just a very eclectic family, so just go with it. Anyway, a lot of people came out to say goodbye to Lippy, actually including Dean Salkin and Paula Kutch. I think that just shows how great they are, how much they really think of us as a family. But I digress for a second. The point I'm trying to make is that a lot of people came out, and a lot of people had stories about my grandfather, stories about the time they spent with him, time spent with him fishing or building things, because he was a builder, a woodworker. And all these stories, what they didn't talk about was how much money he made or the time he spent away from home. And what I discovered is that people can live on after they die in the memories and impressions that they leave on those that they leave behind, not how much money they made. That doesn't matter to people after you die. But we can only live on if we do the things we're passionate about, if we spend time with the people that we love, if we help the clients that we believe in. Otherwise, we won't leave anything behind. There are a few people here today, there are a lot of people here today that have left a great impression on me and my life. First, my mom and dad. Mom and Dad, without you, I wouldn't be here today. You provided me everything in my life. I'm so grateful for that. Dad, from you, I learned how to be a public speaker, which is very useful right now. Watching you 3 weeks ago say your final goodbye to Grandpa at the cemetery, I was really moved and inspired by how poised and eloquently you spoke, despite how much pain I know you were in. Mom, from you I inherited your love of reading, which has certainly helped me become a lawyer. And I also learned from you how to be compassionate and sympathetic, which has helped me become the lawyer I want to be. Professor Rooney, or as I call her, my Aunt Pat. Pat, the path that led me here was made easier by following in your footsteps. And I really mean they led me right here, because Pat is not only a Touro alumni, as Dean Salkin said, but she was also a valedictorian of her class. And while she never spoon-fed me the answers, she was my greatest mentor and my role model. And Pat, I hope to be even half the lawyer that you are one day. Thank you. And most importantly, my therapist. No, I'm kidding. Well, he's like my therapist. My fiance, Chad. Chad, this journey here was made so much happier having you in my life. I'm so lucky to have you. I'm so lucky that you were there to care for me when I was stressed out. And I know you're going to take good care of me this summer when I'm studying, and I really appreciate that. I love you so much, and I cannot wait to marry you. Thank you. And most importantly today, the class of 2014, thank you guys so much. You're my friends. I love you all so much. And I encourage you, every once in a while, look back at your life and say, is this how I want to live my life? Am I doing the things that matter? Am I passionate about what I'm doing? Am I helping the clients I want to help? And then answer those questions honestly. Good luck, mazel tov, and may the force be with you.
And now the valedictorian of our part-time division, Keri Mahoney. Besides attending to her academic responsibilities, Ms. Mahoney served on both the Moot Court Honors Board of Advocates and the Touro Law Review. Her recently published article in the Touro Law Review has won accolades. In addition to all this, through her law school career, Ms. Mahoney worked full-time as a nurse at University Hospital at Stony Brook. I'm also pleased to report that she has passed the February bar exam and is now pending admission to the New York State Bar. And as I alluded to earlier, she has joined Touro Law's Community Justice Center. Ms. Mahoney.
Thank you, Dean Salkin, and good afternoon, everyone. Wow, there is a terrifying amount of people here today. This is good news for all of you because the more nervous I am, the faster I speak. So if any of you are worried about making a dinner reservation after the ceremony, rest assured it won't be my speech that makes you late. Today, most of us feel like we are celebrating an ending. For those of us in the night program, it is the end of 4 years of 14-hour days, dinners at school, weekends of reading cases, and Thursday nights at TGI Fridays. But although we feel like today is an ending, as Dean Salkin pointed out earlier, this ceremony is called a commencement, which is actually a beginning. So what exactly are we celebrating today? Are we looking back and celebrating what we've already accomplished? Or are we looking forward and celebrating all of the great things that are still to come? I think that today we are actually doing both. We are celebrating both a beginning and an ending. Today, we dream about the future while celebrating the successes that we have already achieved. When I first learned that I would be speaking today, I struggled for weeks to think of something inspirational to say that would celebrate our achievements while providing hope for our future. Since I came up empty on my own, I did what every good law student learned to do over the past 3 or 4 years. I engaged in a very lengthy and in-depth campaign of research, or in other words, I Googled it. Google led me to the perfect quote from Justice Sotomayor, which is fitting not only because she is incredibly inspiring, but also because she gave us all a great memory when she came to visit Touro. It's a lengthy quote, so I'll break it down into 2 parts. In the first part of the quote, Justice Sotomayor offers us advice for the future and reminds us of the value of dreams. She says, "Experience has taught me that you cannot value dreams according to the odds of their coming true. Their real value is in stirring within us the will to aspire. That will, wherever it finally leads, does at least move you forward." We are all here today celebrating a beginning because we all have a dream to become lawyers. We dream of being prosecutors, judges, defenders, politicians, corporate lawyers, solo practitioners, professors. The list doesn't end. We are graduating into a difficult economy, and for some of us, our dreams feel impossible right now. Inevitably, some of us will not accomplish exactly what we set out to do. But remember, the value of a dream is not in actually achieving it. Instead, the value of the dream is in what it pushes you to accomplish while you strive to achieve it. If Justice Sotomayor could rely on her dreams to push her from the projects to the Supreme Court, we can certainly rely on our dreams to push us to a bright future. In the second part of the quote, Justice Sotomayor reminds us to celebrate what we have already accomplished. She says, "And after a time, you may recognize that the proper measure of success is not how much you've closed the distance to some far-off goal, but the quality of what you've done today." We are all here today celebrating a major success. Today, we commemorate the receipt of our Juris Doctor degree. Only 2% of the United States population carries a degree of this level. No matter how far we feel we are from our ultimate goals, we are all already successful. We are fortunate to be here today, and I know I speak for all of the graduates when I say thank you to those who supported us along the way. We could never have achieved this level of success without the love and support of our friends, family, and the faculty and staff of Touro. You dealt with us when we were stressed out and moody. You took care of our basic needs so that we could focus on school. You mentored us. And most importantly, you continue to love us even though we are now trained to argue with you over every single thing. I know Dean Salkin did this earlier, but I want to give all of the graduates another opportunity to thank all of our loved ones who are here with us today. So I want all of the graduates to stand up and give a loud and rowdy round of applause to all of their loved ones in the audience today. So today we celebrate both an ending and a beginning. Our past is bright and our future is even brighter. Congratulations on the ending and good luck on the beginning. Thank you.